Radical coder, you did it again. Streaming all night till 10:30. Your audience loves you, my friend. You're never alone, never alone. 1,000 subs, 1,000 strong. They watch you code all night long. Radical coder. Radical, radical. Radical coder. Radical, radical. They watch you code and laugh at your jokes.
Where's the lie?
You're building a world for internet folks.
Also true.
The comments fly and no need for a cloak. The people love you, they really
do.
1,000 subs, 1,000 strong. They watch you code all night long. Radical coder. Radical, radical. Radical coder. Radical, radical. They watch you code and laugh at your jokes. You're building a world for internet folks. The comments are flying, no need for a cloak. The people love you, they really do. 1,000 subs, 1,000
I think I cleared your message as soon as it showed up, glitching, but good to see you.
Radical coder.
Radical.
Radical coder. Radical, radical. Radical coder.
Yes, indeed. We are back for more. Def Not says, I'm getting ready for bed while my yogurt finishes being made. Sawyer's still going or again going? Yeah, I just started back up again. We were still going, basically. We decided to watch this Even More News podcast episode. And I was trying to play the episode while also playing my Pokemon game. And I couldn't get the audio to play and also show the game at the same time. So I decided to end the stream and switch over to OBS so that I can do all of those memes. But good to see you. Enjoy your yogurt and rest. Let's see. Gotta do some kind of housekeeping here to get all the layouts in place. Sounds like a lot anyway, both game and news. Yeah, well, I mean, I just wanted something to occupy my hands while I just listen. I mean, it's just a podcast. Playing Pokemon Emerald. Glitching. Playing Pokemon Emerald. I guess I should do something like this. Just so I can put the... Like, so here. This one? Yes, there we go. All right. So what I can do now is crop this to just show the game. There we go. That's not bad. I'm about to destroy my Switch 2 playing Little Nightmares. I don't have a Switch 2. Not yet. One of these days. One of these days for sure. All right. We are watching Even More News podcast because my favorite congressional candidate, Kat Abu-Ghazaleh, is on the podcast. So, and also it's a great podcast.
Hi, hello. On today's episode, we will be talking about the suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live, Israel's ground offensive in Gaza, and we ask our guest, Kat Abu-Ghazaleh, about her experience running for Congress and protesting ICE detentions, and also a whole lot of other things. But those are like the main things. You're gonna like it.
I hope so.
Hello and welcome back to Even More News, the first and only news podcast. My name's Katie Stoll.
It's true. It's true. Don't look it up, but trust us. Hi, I'm Cody, and that's my first name.
That is. Never look it up. Always trust us. Cody's first name, the end. Not the end. Boy, we've got a great guest, folks. A returning guest, a former journalist who is now running for Congress in Illinois' 9th District. Very excited to welcome back Kat Abu-Ghazaleh. Kat,
Welcome back.
Thank you
She's
for
been
having
on
me. I'm so
before.
excited. I'm sorry my name is all over the stuff behind me. It's really uncomfortable for me too.
I
That's what you have
love
to do.
it. I
Yeah.
think it's great. There's just solid branding, honestly.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Still not used to it, though.
No, we had a roll of stickers, and my campaign manager was like, "There are at least 20,000 things in this office with your name on it," and I was like, "I want to die a little bit."
Yeah, that's the unfortunate side of doing what you're doing, which is you need to self-promote.
Yep. Let's talk about news.
Let's talk about news. Let's start off by talking about Jimmy Kimmel.
So, ABC, owned by Disney, is suspending Jimmy Kimmel Live indefinitely after the host.
This is 3 days ago, by the way, so they don't know, but Jimmy has been saved. We saved Jimmy. Jimmy's going to survive now.
Hosts. I have written here comments about Charlie Kirk, but we'll get into it. They weren't really comments about Charlie Kirk. Anyway, he gave some comments about Charlie Kirk's murder and the MAGA response. Nexstar and Sinclair, which own ABC affiliate networks, said they would preempt Kimmel's show until he apologized. And Sinclair even demanded a meaningful personal donation to the Kirk family and Turning Point USA. And this happened a few hours after FCC Chair Brendan Carr went on the Benny Johnson show.
Kat needs to work on her interview skills. Well, I think the tone of this podcast is a unique one. I've seen her in a lot of other like interviews and stuff, and I think she handles them pretty well. They're just, this is a very silly kind of podcast, so.
Show.
And they have a license.
Or at least like they're, yeah, Somewhere New. Wow, Somewhere News is almost to 1 million. That's cool. I mean, if you've seen like the Somewhere News show that Cody does, like it's kind of goofy.
Granted by us at the FCC,
And
and
they're
that
kinda
comes
goofy.
with it an obligation to operate in the public interest. And we can get into some ways that we've been trying to reinvigorate the public interest and some changes that we've seen. But frankly, when you see stuff like this, I mean, look, we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
The demand for him to donate to this like conservative like podcasters political group is so bizarre, but I do think he's got the phrase, because they use the phrasing a meaningful donation. I think it'd be so funny if he donated $2, which has meaning behind it. That is a meaningful donation. They didn't say meaningful in what way, so I think he should donate $2.
It's outrageous. It's outlandish. It is so fucking hypocritical and extremely.
Glitchin says, I was for Jimmy Kimmel being fired because late night talk TV is antiquated as fuck and needs to be done away with. Firing him because he hurt the president's feelings, that's weak. Yeah, like we can want Jimmy to be canceled for being not funny, for being like kind of a dork. But when the president's canceling him, we are all Jimmy. We are Jimmy.
Extremely alarming escalation in, we're going to lay out all of this stuff, just the attacks on the left, the attacks on the media, the capitulation of the media immediately to Donald Trump. Stephen Colbert was fired weeks ago. I know that immediately the rationalization from people desperate for a rationalization are late night's dead. This is an excuse. No, dude, this is just rolling over and showing your goddamn belly.
Yeah, and Jonathan brought up like a little bit of like it wasn't really even comments on Charlie Kirk. It was Kimmel showed a video of Trump talking about Charlie Kirk.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
We got this great ballroom.
Right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years.
Charlie
And
loves
it's gonna be a beauty.
ballrooms.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition.
That's kind of funny.
Construction.
It's kind of funny.
This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
The president is mad that someone
A 4-year-old would have way more. When I was a kid, I was way more sad when I lost a goldfish than Trump was right there when he lost his alleged friend. Glitchin says, it was hilarious finding out they fired Jimmy and overloaded South Park creators. I thought they were giving money to what's funny, not what they thought wouldn't get them sued. And Scott says good.
one showed a video of the president talking and was able to have a private organization retaliate against that individual. And I thought that comedy was legal again.
I did too.
Yeah, what the
That's
fuck?
what I heard. I got
some.
exposed for comedy. Thanks, Elon Musk. It's no, what this really shows is like there's just never. It's never enough. You can't give fascists an inch because they will take a mile. Trump is already calling for like every late night host to be fired except Greg Gutfeld, and he doesn't even know how to tell a joke. He only knows how to rhyme.
He knows alliteration too. He can do alliteration.
Oh, he knows
He's got-
alliteration.
Welcome back,
Thank God.
Elite
Sorry, I
Eater.
really
Good to
underestimated
have you
him.
back.
I can't. I don't know how many times we have to say that capitulating never saves you. It will never protect you in the end. He will keep going and going.
What's up, digital denizen? Listen, she has a boyfriend, okay? And it's unfortunately not me. Stop it, Scouts. No, it's Kat Abu Ghazaleh running for Illinois' 9th District Congress. I think she's got a real shot as well. But yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I couldn't get enough of you guys, to be honest.
Going and going, and the only thing that stands strong in the face of authoritarianism is solidarity.
Yeah.
Don't cave. All these
True.
laws are things we make up.
True.
Laws are things that we create and change. So are like we're all supposed to follow the social contract. Trump isn't. You
True.
don't need to pretend like his social contract that is just about him is what is the reality.
And they know this, and they admit it. They admit, like, yeah, Trump broke the social fabric, and we're going to use that to our advantage. All for weeks, for days, and
Good for you,
past week.
digital
They've been like, yeah,
denizen.
this is our opportunity. We're going to do the thing we've been saying we want to do, and that we're going to do, which is crush all of our political opponents in the left, and we're going to.
Antifa's a terrorist
Antifa's a
organization,
terrorist
which definitely
organization.
has a president, the president of Antifa.
Well, they're going to
I know.
take down the
I
president
literally,
first, and then.
I'm embarrassed to admit.
Which is me, by the way. I've been waiting to tell you guys this, but I was elected president of Antifa recently. It's a great honor. Great shame to my family, unfortunately. Yeah, so let George Soros know I will be accepting my paycheck. I take direct deposit or Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, Super Chats, memberships, Radical Coder gifted memberships as well, especially. Please support the stream, support my rise to Emperor of Antifa. Eventually, we get a rank up. It's kind of starting position of the kind of head of Antifa is president, but we are looking to move up to Emperor eventually, with a good review from my my underlings. Elite Eater says, Powder Dusty, maybe we should change his name to Destiny again. Destiny. You have changed, man. Wait. What?
To admit that today I was like, I'm just gonna double check. I mean, is there
Since
any
half
sort
hour-
of
half
central
hour-
structure
yeah,
to
since
Antifa?
a
I
half
don't
hour
think, no,
ago?
there fucking isn't.
No.
Antifa's just a word. It's a boogeyman. We're all Antifa. None of us are Antifa. Who's Antifa? Is it those masked people stealing people from their homes and
They're
deporting them?
anti-fascists, so the president is against the anti-fascists.
Isn't against it because we're pro-fascist.
Well, we're anti-fascists, okay? Let's, words have meaning, folks.
Words have meaning. Kat's right, though, in the layout of what that clip was. But what is the actual sentence that they're pretending to be outraged by?
They're pretending that Jimmy Kimmel said that the shooter was MAGA, which is not what he said. The people who've been yelling for a week that quotes have been taken out of context. Charlie Kirk quotes have been.
But we do, I mean, okay, he is implying that, right? Like, he does kind of imply it, but he doesn't say it. It's true he doesn't say it.
Taken out of context.
Right.
And what he said is also true. And also, this is a good point that, like, we're, like, from all the people who have been crying about Kirk's quotes being taken out of context, suddenly we're canceling someone for a quote that is obviously taken out of context. Destiny is a good one. Hopefully avoids the Sonichu medallion. Squares. I don't know. I don't know what you mean by any of that. Unfortunately.
Right.
Context are saying that this means that he said it was the kid was MAGA, or they could be mad that he characterized it as trying to score political points from it, which they have now been doing themselves. So objective truth.
The vice president took over his podcast for a day. How is that not using him?
That was so fucking weird. So fucking weird. This is not normal, guys. What all this shit's happening right now? Not fucking normal. Vice president taking over somebody's podcast is crazy. Super fucking weird. Super fucking strange. Imagine. I don't know who, like, the most comparable, like... Oh, I know I know vaguely about the Christian. I just don't... I know the Sonichu thing is Christian, but that's all. If you don't know about the Sonichu medallion and you're on YouTube, you're literally playing Russian roulette with your channel. I'm sorry. I know about Christian. I know about Sonichu. I don't know, like, all that lore. I just can't. I can't be fucked, to be honest.
Him to score political points.
Did y'all see Candace Owens' Instagram story tribute? It made me really sad because it was actually really sweet. It was just like pictures of them being friends and like hanging out. And
an actual
like, very...
tribute.
Wait. I have the funniest fucking meme. Where is it? Oh my god, it's so fucking good. They're totally right, first of all, that it was sweet, from what I recall. And I assume that this was part of it. I have no idea what Jovan is saying here in this tweet. Not she was his hag. But then this girl Sarah comes in and is like, OMG, this is so cute. At Grok, were they ever dating? Now I need to know. And it goes, yes, that's Tom Holland and Zendaya. They've been dating since 2021 and got engaged in January 2025, according to sources like People and TMZ. Okay. I'm done. That's just absolutely fantastic meme there. Christine Chan, Ava Chris Tyson, Some Ordinary Gamer. Like, it's a long list of epic crash outs. Who, if they wear a Sonichu medallion? Yeah, I'm not gonna wear a Sonichu medallion. Just absolutely crazy meme here. Tom Holland is Zendaya. Okay.
Tribute.
Like an actual tribute. And meanwhile, every single other person that claims to be his friend has just been using him. And I was like, when Candace Owens is the only person that's like, yeah, I will miss you. It's really sad.
A weird time for leftists to be like, I sort of see where Candace Owens is coming from, or Tucker Carlson.
But then I'm not.
So I read the quote and then I saw the quote. And I will say maybe you could have
To play
workshopped
devil's
the
advocate.
the phrasing of it slightly, but it's very clear. It's one of those things in context. It's very clear. He's saying that people are desperately trying to frame this as anything other than right wing. Everything's left wing extremism. That's the whole problem. That is what he is saying. He is fucking right. I understand when you read it, like there's a way that you could read it differently, but just apply your own principles, do due diligence, see that he's not, and also
Not a Sonichu medallion, the Sonichu medallion. Fakes can be worn, apparently. So I just don't wear the medallion? Okay. No problem. Oh, I keep trying to catch this motherfucker's Poochyena. I'm like wasting Pokeballs on this guy.
freedom of speech.
Oh,
he gets
well.
to say whatever the
I've never
fuck
heard
he
that in my
wants.
life. What
You've
is
never,
that?
well,
Sounds
I feel
silly.
gaslit right now, Kat.
I don't know what that is. You made that up.
See, this is going to get clipped. Congressional candidate doesn't know what freedom of speech is. They don't know humor. What they're just going to take that clip.
Comedy
and
is legal again.
they're going to AI your voice so that it just sounds
Fact
like you're
check that.
serious.
It's okay. They've already done that to so many other things that I have never said that are very explicit. I found a chat bot of myself that someone sent screenshots of. And
Oh,
That's
Ugh,
not good.
God,
terrible
we're in
experience,
hell.
Kat.
we're in hell.
Did you guys see the church service that had the AI Charlie Kirk audio? That they're like, well, here's what he
I-
would have said about
Yes.
what
Oh
happened.
no, I didn't.
Is that new audio? Because like a day after it happened, I saw some AI audio of like, here's what he would have said.
I just
So-
saw this morning, and I guess it was from over the weekend. And the pastor up front is like, this is a AI. This is what he would have said about this. And it's of course very like he wouldn't want us to retaliate. He would want us to come together. It's all like that good stuff that I've never seen it.
Here's the thing about Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, I'm
I have
saying that.
spent my career watching and monitoring and reporting on right-wing actors, and Charlie Kirk being one of them. I have never agreed with him on anything in my life, I don't think. I also don't think that people should just be shot at random in the neck and that political violence begets political violence. And I also don't think we have to retcon inflammatory and dangerous remarks he said. Two things can be true at one time: that he should not have been shot in the neck at a college campus by some guy, that political violence is bad, and that also we don't have to pretend that the right has been stirring up more political violence. Like, things can be true at, like, multiple things can
Yes.
be true.
We
Not
can
anymore.
hold multiple
Common
thoughts.
cat,
in
You
that
gotta say
ring.
he's your favorite guy. Actually,
Well, like, that's the thing, seeing so many Democrats be like, this man was devoted to, like, really civil debate. And it's like, no. At the same time, don't shoot people.
Yeah.
And then also seeing people get mad saying that, like, you love Charlie Kirk for saying that. And it's like, no, once again,
No.
we've probably never, ever agreed. But that is bad. I am sad that his kids don't have a father.
This discourse, like, who on the left would do what Charlie wants to do? Like, we'll have a good faith debate or whatever, a debate. I've been thinking about that. First off, Charlie was a very brilliant businessman. Let's say he knew how to get a clip.
It's me. I love debate. I am on the left, and I love debate. I love having good faith debate. Charlie didn't love good faith debates, but I do.
He wanted those clips to circulate. That's purposeful. Those clips that we take out of context were meant to be taken out of context and circulated around and up.
Thank you, Dirty Dalish. Good to see you. Oh, we got a Kel raid. Oh, hell yeah. W Kel raid. Thank you. Thank you, Kel. Like the stream. Subscribe to the stream. We're just going on and on. No end in sight. We are watching right now some more news video, or some more news, even more news, I guess is what the podcast is called. Thank you, Kel. Thank you. You've already made it a great stream. Thank you for hanging out earlier. Really appreciate it. Don't listen to Nightbot. Nightbot cannot tell you what to do here. He has no authority. Thank you for the happy birthday as well. Well, yeah, we are watching Even More News podcast featuring my favorite congressional candidate. No, don't ban Nightbot. My favorite congressional candidate, Kat Abu-Ghazaleh. If you live in Illinois, especially in the 9th District, highly recommend that you vote for Kat Abu-Ghazaleh. She's fantastic. And you can watch her get thrown to the ground by ICE, by the way, if you go to her Instagram. Pretty disturbing stuff. Thank you, Coke Zero. Welcome, Coke Zero. Love you all. Thank you for being here. We are playing Pokemon Emerald and watching this podcast. Let's go.
Upset us and, rally people that agree with him. Let's be real about that. That's a design purpose. But he wasn't out there trying to have a good faith conversation. He wasn't out there trying to hear somebody. and their point. And what I would wish for all of
Yes,
us
like it
is
up.
to be able to have conversations. I want to be heard. And in order to do that, I would like to have somebody that's good faith also be heard. I'm happy to give that grace. But if you're asking for us to go up and try to dunk and make a point that goes viral, I don't think that's productive at all. And I think it's even more divisive. And that's my actual thought on the whole idea of a discourse. I'm happy to do it. But I'm waiting for somebody that's going to show up and be good faith about it
that's
and
not what this
actually try.
is. Yeah.
But that's not what it is. This is an ecosystem that rewards sensation, that rewards the most
I chose Mudkip
enraging
this time.
content. That's why we are all
Although I was always a
enraged all
Trico
the
fan
time. This is a
normally.
system designed to make us all angry at each other. Anyway, end of soapbox.
Well, yeah, because also, I mean, it's the question like, well,
usually choose
who
a
on the
grass
left even
starter
does this,
in
or like
most
who on the
games.
right's going to take his place? Well, he was the only guy who did it. Like Crowder did it for a little while, but like it's an industry that was basically invented by him, so maybe we don't need to keep.
It is my birthday, Coke Zero. And by the way, Coke Zero, I love your name. I'm a big fan of Coke Zero, okay? We love Coke Zero here. Great name, great bevy. Happy to have you. We support Coke Zero here.
To keep doing it. Like maybe we shouldn't have like
Well, we got Jubilee.
just one
Thank God.
exactly.
But also, like, going to college campuses is a place where you think, like, well, there's going to be a lot of liberal kids around. Where would we go to Wall Street or something? Come and
Yeah,
debate me?
exactly.
I don't understand.
I mean, there is that clip
Collision says, grass starter? Do you actually make any good decisions? Yeah, I just told you. I picked the grass starter.
of that like 5-year-old girl in I think 2003 interviewing guys on Wall Street. That's very
It's
funny.
no,
You know
amazing.
what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah.
about?
Oh yeah. Great video.
Yeah, very good.
But yeah, it's not like it's also like, well, he didn't even go to college. He's just going from college to college to get these clips, and it's not fostering debate between the students, which is
The amount
really
of
what
time
you
he
would
has
want.
spent at college campuses as a grown-ass adult would have earned him a degree.
Yeah, a couple maybe. Like and what you would want to see, like Katie, to your point, actual conversation between students, not some propagandist out there trying to embarrass the student.
Everyone gave you shit for picking Torchic? Torchic's chill. I mean, I like all Pokemon. I'm an equal opportunity Pokemon fan. As soon as a Pokemon gets announced, I'm a fan of them. Instantly. They're all my babies. Every single one. I didn't, though. Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't. Well, not in this game. But, like, I'm saying in most games I do.
Students. Because that's not like that's not how to have a safe, like, honest conversation.
And I don't know. Is this the answer? I don't. Really depends on the people. But I keep coming back to, yeah, I want to be heard. And I know that if I am ever to be heard, I have to, by somebody that disagrees with me, I have to offer them that grace. It's just tough finding anybody that actually wants to hear what I have to say that disagrees with me. But if you're willing to, I would love to have a conversation. I don't need to change your mind. I want to make a point. And let's start with that.
I would say online is a lot harder. In real life, like, you guys won't believe this, like, in real life, people are so much more normal. I've experienced this a lot on the campaign trail. There's a whole part of my district that is, like, redder. And I grew up Republican. I grew up, like, very, like, Reagan conservative, like, he is the best, all that stuff. And so I kind of understand. I mean, that's been a big part of my work in, like, my videos is trying to communicate, because there are always going to be people that are bigoted and shitty, but there are a lot more people that, because of the way our system is built and because of bubbles of misinformation and
The way she said, like, you guys wouldn't know this or whatever. What did she say exactly? She just, like, casually roasted the fuck out of them?
on the campaign trail, there's
Wait.
Mind. I want to make a point. And let's start with that.
I would say online it's a lot harder. In real life, like, you guys won't believe this, like, in real life people
You guys won't believe
are
this.
so much more normal. I grew up Republican. I grew up, like, very, like, Reagan conservative, like,
I should
he
just
is the
say
best,
so.
all that stuff. And so I kind of understand. I mean, that's been a big part
Oh, I
of my
meant to catch
work
that
in, like, my
6
videos
again.
is trying to communicate, because there are always going to be people that are bigoted and shitty, but there are a lot more people that, because of the way our system is built and because of bubbles of misinformation and ignorance that are built by people like Rupert Murdoch, they don't know. And, like, ignorance is so dangerous, but it itself is just, like, completely value neutral. And so I've had so many conversations with Republicans in my district that are like, I don't know if I agree with everything you believe, but I do think you actually believe it and that you want to fight, and I'm interested in learning about that. There was an Orthodox Jewish Republican woman who came to me at a 4th of July parade, and for anyone listening or watching, I am, a progressive Palestinian woman, and she told me about how her father was murdered in a bus bombing in Israel in 1994, and she reminded me a lot of my dad, like, trying to end, like, the cycle of trauma after the Nakba. And she's like, I've been told, like, I've grown up being afraid of Arabs and Muslims and especially Palestinians, and I just want to hear your story because I think you're genuine. She came to the office and we had, like, an hour and a half long conversation,
God,
like,
that's
genuinely
so cool.
And at the end of it, like, she was like, would you go to a Palestinian cafe with me? And I was like, absolutely, like, let's go do it. And we talked, she was talking about, ICE, and she was like, I don't think this is an immigration policy. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why this would, because she's an immigrant too. And I was like, I know it's not. And there are a lot more people. It's just they're usually not online for the
Yep.
most. The people
That
that
is
actually want their minds
such
changed.
a good point, and thank you for saying that. I agree with you 100%. I live in a community that's mixed politics, and I talk about it on the show. Some people hate it, some people love it, but it's important. It's important to remember that there is a difference between what we see online. There is a difference between what politicians are trying to foment and just an average person that
Grass touchers are up bigly in this conversation, okay? Grass touchers know this is real, all right? It's actually like way not this bad out there. It feels like it's way bad. And listen, it's kind of bad. It's a little bad out there. But it's way less bad than you would think if you are not a grass toucher.
that is kind of doing the best with what they've got, and it's overwhelming out there. But if you have kindness and respect, they have to show up with it too. Like this woman came to you wanting a conversation, and I commend her for that, you know?
Right. And like saw me as human and all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And you just can't go in and be like you never have to justify your own existence. That's just like a non-starter. We have to agree on just like your basic dignity. But like ignorance, I grew up being like, why don't poor people just save more? And then in high school, when we moved to Tucson, I had friends that were like profoundly poor that could not go to college even with a full ride. And I was like, oh, like the best way to fight transphobia is meeting a trans person. The best way to fight racism is meeting like whatever race you're scared of. Anyways, that's my rant.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real life. And you can't do that online in obviously like text, like a Twitter type space, but also these people we were talking about, like it's all on camera. It's for the spectacle.
You can a little bit. I mean, we actually we saw this. If you just joined us from Kel's stream, then you might have seen this on Grid's panel a little while back, where it was the panel I got kicked off, right? It was like Kel brought I think it's her roommate, her trans roommate came on and like talked to them, and like they're obviously, I don't think it like it changed their opinion about trans people, but like it certainly didn't hurt. I think that there's like you can't there is some benefit to having these conversations online as well. And like being exposed to different people that you might not ever actually see in person as well. So I say you, but like I feel like most of the people watching here are probably not the ones I'm targeting with that.
Well, it's for doing that kind of thing, and we've
I
had
would say
this
the best way
position.
to fight Cody phobia was meeting Cody.
See, and
Right?
here we are.
I'm still a little scared.
Okay, but not as
Sure.
much.
I understand that. My brother is a Cody. That one single time you got kicked off the panel only happened one time. For Grid, it did. For Grid's panel, for Grid 1 Motorsports, it was only one time that I was kicked off his panel, I believe. At least, like, formally. Puts a person in front of them instead of a demon.
Much, not as much.
Right?
Sorry, folks. But also, and we've had this sort of general position on like this sort of debate stuff, and I, not that we're being offered, like Ben Shapiro isn't like on the horn, like calling us to debate, but
But he should be.
our position is basically like, okay, but like not on camera. Like we just want to, like what you were talking about, Kat. Like no, let's just hang out and talk face to face, have a conversation. Because my goal isn't like, oh, I want to get the clip that like proves you wrong, and then like you share your clip that proves me wrong, whatever. I want to talk to you and hopefully convince you of some things and maybe change your mind a little bit, so that when you go out and do your spectacle bullshit, then you are presenting a
I'll
different
be
case.
honest, I don't even need to change their mind in that moment.
Exactly.
But if
yeah,
I'm
you
heard
plant
and
a
I make
seed.
a point, you can think about that.
Mhm.
I don't think the outcome needs to be I'm changing people's mind. I think that if that happens down the line, which I think does happen when people start actually listening,
Yeah.
You just need that puncture.
Yeah.
that puncture.
Before we move on from this, I would love to read President Trump's reaction on Truth Social to the news.
I would
that
love to hear
Jimmy
it.
Amazing.
Kimmel,
good.
was suspended.
We're not feeling so good.
Yeah, no, we're feeling great. So I feel like that was a downer. So let me
Gotta
take us
kill-
back.
gotta kill the
First of all,
mood.
Jimmy Kimmel has been suspended. He hasn't been canceled yet. They want to bring him back, and they're figuring out how to do that, if they have to make a donation to Turning Point or if he has to.
So again, this is 3 days ago. 4 days ago now. 4 days before the Rapture, September 19th. And Jimmy Kimmel is back from the dead. For Jimmy.
to
$2, Jimmy,
apologize.
$2.
Apologize to who? It doesn't matter. Anyway, President Trump Truth Socialed. Great news for America. The ratings challenged Jimmy Kimmel show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done. Kimmel has zero talent and worse
Why
ratings.
does the president care about ratings?
He mentions
He's the
ratings
ratings
several more
president.
times in here.
God.
Let me know if you can hear a name that is not mentioned in here. Kimmel has zero talent and worse ratings than even Colbert, if that's possible. That leaves Jimmy and Seth, two total losers on fake news NBC. Their ratings are also horrible. Do it, NBC. President DJT.
Wait, when he says Jimmy and Seth, does he also mean Fallon?
Fallon,
Yes.
yeah.
Those
Oh,
guys
I
have
was
to
like,
go too.
I thought
very politically
Fallon would
active
be
Fallon.
safe.
The
Fallon's the only
incendiary
one-
Jimmy Fallon.
Do you think that Trump knows that this happened, that this is about Charlie Kirk?
Jimmy's been freed. Yeah, Skelts. Jimmy's been freed. Jimmy has been resurrected. Due to many people across the globe uniting and through thoughts and prayers and threats to cancel Disney Plus memberships, Jimmy has been revived. He riseth. Indeed, he riseth.
Is he aware of
No.
that?
No, 100%.
No,
not.
I mean when Colbert, when the Colbert news dropped, he then tweeted, socialed or whatever. Kimmel is next. He just said it. He just said like Jimmy Kimmel's next. It has nothing to do with this. It's their opportunity. Also, I have to point out, like, and we kind of glossed over, like, you know, the phrasing of the thing he said. One thing I need to point out. We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize the kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them. The next day, Steven Crowder tripped over himself to say that the bullets had trans ideology on them. There was a whole thing of like leaking this document that turned out to not even be accurate. And so like, it is true. Everyone's saying like, he lied about this. He lied about this. Or like, it wasn't even a joke. It was true. It's accurate. The thing he said is accurate. They're going to use, it doesn't matter. They're going to do the thing that they are going to do and have been wanting to do for so long and use this not just, as
wrong.
Kimmel said, to score political points, but to crush their political opponents in many, many ways. And their political opponents range from individuals in the entertainment industry to individuals in the political sphere to political organizations. Vance has been on so many podcasts because he's the vice podcast, I guess, and he just can't stop podcasting. And he keeps saying like, yeah, we're going to go after, you know, this long line of network terror. He keeps alluding to networks of terrorists on the left.
Wait, what? A video out of a possible second shooter? Yeah, the TRN thing was just the manufacturer's stamp, yeah. And they were also saying it was 3 arrows, which turned out to be up, right, down, down, down. Turned out to be 5 arrows. The infamous anti-fascist 5 arrows. Glitchin says, I gotta be honest, when they read what was written on the casings, I laughed. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't blame you. It's literally memes. It's crazy. It's such an absurd thing. Like, yeah, not sure what you're referring to, Nicody.
The left. And yesterday, I think he said that, yeah, they're funding this assassination. Who paid for it is what they're asking now. So he's alluding to the fact that somebody like paid for this to happen. It's all very dangerous.
Feels like just seeing people go around the point over and over again of like circling the point. Like maybe we should have fewer guns. Maybe college campuses shouldn't be a place that have to prepare for active shootings. Maybe we shouldn't be spreading hate, like all these things. Like maybe we shouldn't be pushing immediate conspiracy theories about any event that happens. And it's like, no. We can take some other lessons from this, and they're all the wrong ones.
Like Trump is saying Antifa is a major terrorist organization, which there is like no legal distinction for domestic terrorism. Put that aside. Like I know that the legal stuff doesn't matter. He can just do whatever.
Sure, Nicody. Yeah, I'm curious. You're talking about Charlie? When you say a second shooter, like you're talking about in the context of Charlie or what? Like what's this? Is this some... Or are we talking about like one of the other things going on? Because I mean, we have shootings every day in America, right?
do whatever he wants. But like, you still have to get American juries to convict people for things, and they have been unable to do that.
For now.
For now.
For now.
For now.
Everything I'm saying is for now, but they can't get indictments in D.C. Jeanine Pirro can't get indictments. This week, someone who was on trial in L.A. for misdemeanor assault on a Border Patrol officer was acquitted because they had no evidence, right? Like, you still have to get juries, for now, to do stuff. So I'm not doubting that Trump's going to, like...
Speaking of doing stuff, like the stream, share the stream, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and also support the stream, okay? Support the stream, support the dream. If you can't support with your thumbs, if you can't support with your funds, support with your thumbs. I'm just gonna start a goal as well. Channel is called Range Day Bro. I'm gonna pull this up. Let's see. New video evidence changes everything. Oh yeah, I kind of want to watch this now. 1.4 million views. We'll get to it.
Like, label everyone Antifa or anyone who goes to a protest as Antifa and they're a terrorist, etc. But does that mean he can just or will just whisk them off to Guantanamo?
Well, right, and everybody just seems to be like allowing this rapid shift, whatever, from reality and like how things work. Right. Even this Kimmel situation, like, oh, well, ABC just made that decision. Well, ABC executives didn't think it was actually a problem. And when the FCC chair goes on a propagandist for the government, Benny Johnson, and says...
Future FBI Director Benny Johnson.
Future FBI Director Benny Johnson.
Johnson.
He'll just plagiarize all his reports. It says, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. Like, that is so explicit what's going on. And then they're like, oh, it's just the same as what happened with Tucker Carlson, who lost his company like billions and billions of dollars. Like, they're just not the same thing, but they're so prepared to frame everything as like, well, this is what you did, so we're doing it back at you, even though they're not the same things.
At all.
And they're just allowing it and presenting this narrative that they're the same, therefore it's all justified.
They're admitting it's about revenge.
Yeah, exactly. And even like what Brendan Carr said, he called, again, we've discussed the details of the monologue, not even the monologue, but like the 20 seconds of the thing that they're mad at. He called it the sickest conduct possible. First of all, very tame thing
murdering
he said.
someone is probably the sickest conduct.
The sickest conduct possible was murdering the guy.
Murdering the guy.
It's all just so absurd. Cut the red wire! There are only a few days left of summer, and thus the summer of cinema will, I can only assume, be drawing to a close. But that doesn't mean we can't sneak a few more movies in under the wire, which is red and which you should cut! Pluto TV is exploding with thousands of free wire-cutting movies. Movies that are positively bursting with moving picture action. Movies such as Gladiator, Beverly Hills Cop, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Death Life 2, The Deafening, 2 tickets to Ticonderoga, The Xander Cage Mysteries, Portrait of a Pyro, Mr. Popper's Pitchforks, Good Burger, Legend of the Gauntlet, The Lego Funny Games, Gauntlet of the Legends, The Lego Funny Games 2007, a shot-for-shot remake of the previous Lego Funny Games movie, but in English. They Left My Body in Santa's Village, Empty Nest the Movie, Mulligan's Revenge, Restraining Order, Schmistraining Order, and Stealth. Oh, they've also got Death Life 3, Die Another Death, Rising with the Enemy, Bruce Wayne Supernova, The Pool Noodle Murders, The New Poodle Herders, Death Life 4, The Voyage Home, Mr. Popper's Portraits, Pyro of a Pitchfork, Parker Posey's Patriotic Protest Puzzle, a postmodern, post-apocalyptic political parody, Floosh 2, Star Trek, and 5 Brothers. Damn it! 4 Brothers. Do I have to do that again? Whatever. Bring the action with you and stream for free on all your favorite devices. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never. Floosh.
This ad is brought to you by Vive Healthcare, the makers of Apritude, cabotegravir. You never skip your SPF, and you carry hand sanitizer like an accessory. But what are you doing for HIV prevention? One way to help protect yourself from HIV is Apritude, a prescription medicine used to reduce the risk of getting HIV in adults and adolescents weighing at least 77 pounds.
What the fuck was that last Pluto ad? Was it just all made up films? Was it all, like, were there any real movies in there? That was bizarre. Elite says clickbait. Yeah, hopefully clickbait. I'm hoping it's clickbait. You might want to watch it on your own time. Yeah, sure. Maybe I will. And Cody says, I'm not 100% buying it. The channel host states it was analyzed by his friend, a military vet who has been in battle and been shot. Honestly, does not sound all that convincing. Someone who looks like they wear... I'm about to pull a piece themselves. It is what you do when you know everyone is going to skip this ad. Oh, yeah, fair enough. It was a mix? Okay. I'm going to jump ahead. Although, hey, check out Viv Healthcare. Support Somewhere News if you need it.
Or call 1-888
You are
400340.
Kat. You are running for Congress. You had an encounter
And you are... Never mind.
with ICE at a protest last week at the Broadview Detention Facility. Can you tell us what you experienced there?
Yeah, it was super, super fun. Yeah, great pivot. So I went to the Broadview facility. This is where ICE headquarters its operations in Chicago and has for a while. I went there for a vigil in, I believe, July, and it was pretty tame. It was like a bunch of old Jewish ladies and some college students and some people that were just like, hey, stop kidnapping our neighbors. They ordered Uber Eats into the building because they were scared of us and made the guy come inside to give them their dinner because ICE agents are very brave. And then I came back. There's been a vigil there every Friday for like a decade now. And of course, they picked up with ICE activity. And so 3 Fridays ago, a couple people were there and got arrested. And then more people came out, including myself, the week before last. And that week, were completely peaceful protests. Both of these were completely peaceful protests on the protesters' part. We ended up getting an ICE car to turn around. We were, chanting, singing songs. I brought my knitting. Other people brought like crafts. I know.
2 potential weapons.
Needles. Oh, so true. That's a joke.
Daggers.
My knitting needles are very dull.
I was making a joke.
They're wooden.
Don't put that in court.
We'll
documents.
bleep that you brought your knitting.
Thank you. So the week before that, they had changed the deportation time. They usually deport people around 8 or 9 a.m. And they changed it last week or the week before to be like early in the morning. So that way protesters
Welcome
wouldn't be
back,
there.
Fuzzy.
So I came around 5 a.m. last Friday, and I and some other protesters were sitting on city property on the street. City of Broadview. Broadview is not does not have sanctuary city status, so that is why ICE headquarters their operations there. We watched them try to intimidate us with vans behind the gate. I saw the people that were marched into this van. They were wearing the same clothes they were detained in.
And Cody says he slowed down the trajectory, showing entry came from the side, not the front, not front in. From the side, not the front, not front in. Some guy on the roof blurry to CK's right, matching the point it came from. Who? Which story? Oh, the guy, Nakoti's the video or Kat's story?
And we don't know how long they
Yeah, no, I believe it. Yeah, I've seen the videos. We've played the videos on stream.
they've been there. We've heard that people have been there for days or weeks at a time. It is a processing facility, not a detention facility. So they are not given beds. They are not given hygienic products. They are not given hot meals. And then ICE came out and just a bunch of men in masks came and forcibly removed us. And I didn't resist, but I didn't help. So they picked me up. They took 3 guys to get me up. I'm 105 pounds. And they threw me on the concrete. And then they went back inside. They deported the people. They went back inside, and then more people joined around 7 a.m. Around 10, this weird AI voice came on and threatened to use chemical and lethal munitions.
Jesus.
And then ICE agents came out in full
Didn't know
riot
that
gear,
part.
gas masks. They had like full guns, stuff for tear gas, pepper balls, all this shit. Keep in mind, Broadview police sat there and watched when we were forcibly removed. I think if anyone had done that to me in any other public place, it'd qualify as assault. But once again, I don't know who did it because there was no identification.
Mm-hmm.
And they watched too as these guys came out, and we saw that a van was coming in, so we went over. People were slamming on the door to get out. Like, you could see the door moving. It was one of the most harrowing things I've ever seen in my life. And Broadview police came, or the ICE or wherever they belong. These could just be guys off the street. We don't know. They're wearing like Spirit Halloween Call of Duty costumes. Were shoving us out of the way, brought them in, and then they did this whole song and dance where they come out, come back in, come out, come back in. I left around noon because I needed to catch up on sleep, and there didn't seem to be any more deportations for that day. There weren't, but they did shoot some protesters with pepper balls after that. And I'm going to be going back tomorrow. So if I get shot,
This is harrowing.
tell everyone
Kat.
I didn't have a bunch of my name in my house. That'd be really embarrassing. Say I don't even know what my name is.
I'm gonna slow down so we can watch that clip again.
Be going back
Home
tomorrow.
girl getting thrown to the
So
ground.
if I get shot,
This is harrowing.
tell everyone
Kat.
I didn't have a bunch of my name in my house. That'd be really embarrassing. Say I don't even know what my name is. That's how you'll honor me.
You've got like a
House. That'd be
If
really
that's It's
Shock.
just, I mean, just think about it, like,
Harrowing.
Tell everyone I
I
didn't
mean,
have
maybe
a
they don't they don't know that she's like a congressional candidate or whatever, but like if that's what they'll do to her, I mean, imagine what they're doing to people they're grabbing up off the street.
a bunch of my name in my house. That'd be really embarrassing. Say I don't even know.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Yeah, it's good to know. Like, even if it turns out to be nothing, which I strongly suspect it will. It's good to know like what narratives are going to be like running around. You know,
Even know what my name is. That's how you'll honor me.
You've got like the usual suspects corkboard up there, except it's all the same. Everything that's in the story is
It's all just
Cat
anti-ice
Gonzalez.
shit.
I
and
was
Cat
at
Abazale.
Cat, and I
Based.
talked to my friend Kat, who was drinking a cat, and
This is actually there's a Key and Peele sketch that is this exact bit where it's that scene, but it's just Jordan Peele saying "cat poster." It's a poster of a cat
over and
like,
over,
and over again. It's very funny.
all right.
her saying we could see the people in the van banging their fists inside the deportation van door. Jesus, yeah. Yeah, it's good to know what the disinformation is or what the misinformation is. I agree with Cody.
I want to ask you about Chicago specifically
Yeah.
because ICE activity has picked up there, but for a while it felt like Chicago might be the next hotspot for a Trump National Guard or military invasion, and he has since backed down off that, whether it is because there would be legal issues or whether he didn't want to raise the profile of Pritzker the way he did for Newsom, any number
Right.
of reasons that could have happened. But like, this is a particular moment to be running for Congress. Things are different than they used to be. So I want to ask what it's like in that environment, and also if you feel emboldened given that this little bit of pushback got Trump to back down.
Yeah, I mean, Trump is scared of Chicago. I was actually showing my... Hold on, Cody. I'm about to give you a shout out. I was showing my new field director the Behind the Bastards reading of Ben Shapiro's terrible novel, which I love listening to on road trips with both of you, with which both of you were on. And what I've tried to stress to people over the years is the right hates Chicago. And Cody said at one point, because Robert was like, well, does Ben Shapiro hate Chicago? And you were like, yeah, because black people, because crime, because Obama. Like, that's literally... They just hate Chicago. And in 2016, Trump, this is the only place Trump has ever tried, had to cancel a rally because he got Kyoto protesters. And he got scared again. He was going to bring the National Guard here, and people were getting ready. And I mean, we actually have like ICE posters all over neighborhoods. We have Know Your Rights campaigns. If you're in the area, if you live in like Evanston or Niles, there are sanctuary groups there. If you're in Rogers Park like me, we have Protect RP, where we do ICE Watch. Actually, last night we saw a bunch of unfamiliar vehicles on our block. So Ben and I went down in our jammies and we were like, hey, what's going on? And they were fixing the water pipes. We just want to make sure it's nice. Like, everyone is
Yeah, but you're
on
aware.
jams.
Yep, you're
on notice, and like we all have a plan of like yell, scream, make noise, get in the way. Chicago's
I'm
not
so
going to put up with this
smitten.
bullshit. And Trump got scared, but they're still increasing ICE presence, and they are going into our communities and they're kidnapping people. They are just taking people off the streets. They've already taken dozens. We don't know the actual number. Almost certainly don't know the actual number. People are terrified. Immigrants aren't leaving their homes. Even documented people are taking their papers with them. And like, so I'm running for office, and part of why I'm running is I got sick of waiting around for Democrats to do something. And I am trying to not just extend that to if/when I'm in Congress, but also in the way I campaign, of like being unapologetically anti-ICE, standing up for our neighbors. The Chicago Tribune's editorial board wrote a whole thing about how I'm ruining civility in politics because I said fuck. And I'm like, guys, I think the masked men are ruining civility in politics.
I think the president has ruined civility in
Didn't he? Who did he
politics
say got
a decade a
schlonged?
year.
Like what? Like what are
Harvey
you talking
Weinstein
about?
got schlonged.
Please.
It's one of these things where, the first week we went, there were no elected officials or other candidates out there. Last week, one of my opponents actually joined, which thrilled me. We stood like shoulder to shoulder in front of ICE agents and like got their badge numbers together, and like that made me very happy. And I'm hoping that this week, like just having that onus of like, you have power, you have privilege, you have a platform, fucking use it. Because as shitty as it is, an ICE agent shooting one of us with a pepper ball or throwing me to the ground, which like doesn't hold a candle to what the people in that facility are going through, just by the way. But that will make news far more than the pregnant women sleeping on concrete, which is so
Unfortunately,
shitty.
it is true, though.
It's the reality, though. And so use it. And if you need 26-year-old running for Congress to put that fire under your ass, then fine. Do
It's
it.
so
Hope
important.
to see you
And
there.
the fact that you've shown up and are not shy about it, you're consistent about it, your opponent showing up as well is a great thing. No matter what happens in this race, and any
Elite Eater says Behind the Bastards podcast is great. I haven't listen to it, but I'll have to check it out. I didn't know Cody's in it. I like Cody. I'm a big Cody fan. Always been a big Cody supporter. I think I even, for a while back in, God, it must have been like 2017, 2018. I think I was like subscribed to their Patreon, like when they first started as a separate thing from Cracked. It's crazy to think about, but I think I was. I think it was one of the early like Patreon supporters. And Cody says, I mean, I'm not 100% buying the official narrative either. The whole thing seems odd. Yesterday was odd. It's, well, yeah, it's odd. But like, I don't know, like all the text and everything, I just, people are like, oh, who texts like this? I mean, like, this, like, what do we have to compare this guy to, right? Like, this is a very, very unique situation in all, or like a pretty specific kind of situation. Like, it's hard to like identify like like specific patterns in a lot of this stuff that like makes sense. I don't know. There's a lot of people on Earth, you know, a lot of people, a lot of different people. A lot of crazy people. I don't know.
Any of those races some of you at home might be running or watching, it's good to have more people. We pull them with us. We bring them along with us when we show up.
It makes us safer.
We stand our ground, and it makes us safer. And look, if you lose and this other person wins, but they also care as much as you, then that is something good. You have helped move that, but you're going to win. But also, I'm
that
just saying
solidarity
in general,
on issues
it's
like
good.
this are so important. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I am a big believer we're all supposed to be, especially in a primary, like, we're supposed to be on the same team. And so, like, I really tried to do, I was very inspired by, like, New York's mayoral race of, like, all the progressive candidates cross-endorsing. And so I have really been trying to make an effort in, like, working with my opponents because, like, we're all on the same team. We all have different approaches. Yeah,
and I remember when she first, like, announced that she was running, she spoke, like, very, very highly of the woman she's running against, or the current incumbent, I guess, who I'm not sure is actually even running again. But she is like also a progressive apparently. Yes, like Flezzy says, like the stream, unlike her, who forgot to do it and do as she says, not as she does. Don't Google it, just trust me. Nice. Whichever side they call home. Could he be compared to Wesley? Maybe. Yikes. Wait, really? I think this is cut and dry. The dude was an edgelord who saw an opportunity to put himself in the history books. Mission accomplished. Like, calling this political is almost silly. The dude was just a cringe lord. Yeah. I mean, I agree, like, that it's, like, basically cut and dry. It's just, like... Or it seems, like, pretty cut and dry. Like, I'm not of the conspiracy, like, brain about this at all. I think there just are like people who just kind of snap, unfortunately, and you know, like Charlie says, or Charlie said he was right about. I think a lot of people are like giving Charlie shit for saying what he said about the Second Amendment, but like he's just correct. Like if we are gonna have the Second Amendment, which I'm not necessarily against, like, we're going to have some gun deaths. Like, we're going to have some fucking crazies that do fucked up shit. And it's the reality we live in. And Cody says, I'm not saying it wasn't him, but, like, anything is possible anymore with the complete nutso reality live daily now, I guess. I don't know. Elite Eaters is kind of like Destiny, then I haven't heard too much about their motives yet. I mean, I don't know if I'd say he's like a Destiny. I mean, I don't think Destiny is going to go out and do political violence. Apparently the Rapture is at 10:05 p.m. Well, there you go, everyone. Keep that in mind. Be prepared. 10:05 p.m. You will be raptured. Is that EST? Or is it another ST? Well, one of the motives, I mean, yeah, memes, but I mean, like, he did comment specifically on how, like, he, like, in the text at least, he says, like, like he's hateful, whatever the exact words are, I don't remember. I mean, he talks about Charlie being hateful.
We all need to hold each other accountable, obviously, but also like having more of us to push it like this is important than less.
Yeah,
you know,
it's good.
Also, wait, do you want to see my protest signs we made at our campaign office? Hold on.
They just
Maybe
have your
someone
name
will
all
start.
over them. Is it just like your name?
You don't get to
or-
see them anymore.
Oh.
John,
Okay.
close your eyes. So we did a campaign protest sign making party. We're bringing a bunch of them to Broadview tomorrow. Or I'm bringing a bunch of them to Broadview as an individual, not a candidate, for legal purposes and also for real
I've been
purposes.
meaning-
Anyways, here's one.
I've been meaning to go to one of those, not her specifically because I don't live in Illinois, but like a protest sign making thing. That's a great sign, by the way. The Punisher would hate you. Very based, very
Punisher
pog.
would hate you.
That's awesome.
If you could read these signs, you'd be so mad.
That is so funny.
Thank
That's a
you.
good meme.
And then, of course, just see you at the Hague, losers.
Oh,
These are rad.
Thank you. I appreciate
Excellent.
it.
On
Rad.
the back it just says
Dream.
cat, cat, cat.
Whenever people say rad, they are dog whistling that you should like and subscribe to Radical Coder, by the way. That's so thank you, Katie. Appreciate that.
Cat.
Actually, okay, wait. So for one of them, we ran out of poster boards. So we had a postering contest for the campaign. I don't know if y'all have ever seen like the Chicago rat posters in the alleys, but it's like Target rats. It's really cool. So on the back of this one is a campaign poster, but it's so fucking sick.
I'm so impressed by you, Kat, and everything that you're doing, and thank you for sharing that story.
And Cody says, wasn't the debater asking about regulations, though, and he brushed it off with a no? We just need to live with an acceptable amount of people. We'll go kaput. Unfortunate time to yawn. From gun violence. Potentially. I haven't seen the... Well, I guess that, that again speaks to some of the frustrations people have with people on the left and quoting him, because I haven't heard that full thing, so it's possible that you're right. And Cody says rad is 80s slang. No, it's a reference to everyone's favorite streamer, Radical Coder. Don't know what you're talking about. I think Destiny gets a lot of political points weight, but other things he chose aren't the best. He inflated his own ego too much. A bit of ego is okay, though. A tool. True. I agree with all that. Yeah.
Israel has launched a massive ground offensive in Gaza City in an attempt to formally occupy it. Tanks and military vehicles are rolling through residential neighborhoods as thousands of Palestinians flee. It's been condemned around the world by the Pope.
Yeah,
not
we need
here.
to talk about this more,
Well,
by the
not
way.
by the
But the
United
Pope's from
States.
Chicago.
Popes from Chicago and by many
Chicago
U.S.
Pope.
politicians. Concurrently, the UN commission finally said that Israel is committing genocide in Gaza, prompting Senator Bernie Sanders to also say it for the first time.
Oh my God! Finally.
I
Bernie.
am very
God,
shocked it
come
took
on,
this
man.
long for Bernie to say it.
God. I mean, I'm not shocked, honestly.
It is perhaps disappointing that it took Bernie this long, but I'm glad he said it.
But I guess good for him for quoting the UN.
I think a lot of people don't realize about like genocide. This is actually like what my degree is in, which is weird. But like it's a legal term, and it isn't necessarily like the mass killing of people. There are like specific qualifications that qualify as genocide. And also when states use that term, if they are recognizing it as a genocide, they are legally obligated, if they are part of the Genocide Convention, to do what they can to prevent or punish it. And so that is part of the reason why a lot of lawmakers are terrified of using the word
Right.
genocide.
That's a fair
bad
and
word.
good point. You want to be cautious and make sure legally you're doing the right thing. But it's been very also clear for a very long time to all of us since this started what the end game and what the end goal
They've
was.
made clear their genocidal intent in all
From
the
the
things they
day
say.
it started, we've been clear about where this was headed, and here we are.
Are we gonna do anything about it?
I'm trying.
Us or the United States?
The United
government?
States government.
United States.
Oh
government.
no! In fact, Trump was asked about this, and he was just like, "I got nothing to do with it." They asked him on Tuesday if he supported the ground offensive. He said, "Well, I have to see. I don't know too much about it."
He doesn't know much about anything, does he? That's all he ever has to say when asked on
He knows
stuff.
a lot about the
doesn't know it.
ballroom.
He knows about that
does.
ballroom.
Yeah, this is great. Check out these beams right here. It's
Clifton says, I think Destiny is a guy who preaches about consent and the importance of it for his audience and goes in his personal life and violates his friend's consent for the goon. Does appear to be the case. The evidence does suggest that something to that effect. Yikes.
It's all going great.
We're just supposed like the party of law and order, like follow our own damn laws. We are obligated by our own laws, by the Leahy Amendment, to make sure that our weapons are being used in accordance with U.S. law. Like it is not that much to ask, especially so many Americans are struggling, that the weapons that their tax dollars paid for are not being used to commit war crimes.
And it like Netanyahu must see it as tacit approval. If Trump's like, I don't know much about it, I got to look into it. That's like, okay, that's green light. We can do
No, we can keep
whatever
yeah.
we want.
I mean, they're going to anyway, but like,
It's also the exact thing we saw a year ago, because now we're getting leaks of, Trump's so mad at what's going on over there. Trump's mad at Netanyahu. He's screwing me, all this stuff. Very similar to the leaks from the Biden White House of, he's so mad at Netanyahu. We're not doing anything different. We're going to let this keep going, and we're going to help in doing it.
It's so insane when Ronald Reagan is more aggressive on like human rights than either of these administrations in this conflict.
Let's dig him up and vote for Reagan. Let's get him back out. Let's get him back
out.
out. Let's get him back out.
Cody's
there.
trying to retcon Reagan.
It's so demoralizing. The whole thing. It's
We're bringing back Reagan. All right. We're making Reagan cool again. We're making Reagan great again. Who's with me?
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's the kind of thing where like, well, I have to see. I don't know too much about it. As soon as like it's his land for his little like casino plan or whatever he's talking about, like he'll care about it then.
Remember that AI video where they had like men in beards with giant boobs?
Should we watch that video again? Just Trump Gaza video. You guys remember this? You see this? You heard about this? This content may be inappropriate. I can't even watch it on Instagram without logging in. You see this? You hear about this?
Donald's coming to set you free, bringing the light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1.
We have an opportunity to do something that could be phenomenal. And I don't want to be cute. I don't want to be a wise guy, but the Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so bad. This could be so magnificent.
Wow. Much magnificence. Really beautiful. Good to see you, Infallible Foul. Reagan single-handedly is why college tuition is a thing. Well, as someone who, doesn't have any college debt and has a degree and, was very blessed and lucky to have family who could support me through college, that's not my problem.
That he didn't realize that he posted. I just remember that. Sorry.
Yeah, Trump Gaza.
Yeah,
everyone's
Traza,
fantasy.
if you will.
Number
Well,
one.
right, but like,
Trump
does he get
Gaza,
asked about that?
number
Does he get
one.
asked about, are we still going to take, you said we'll have it. It'll
We'll
be
have it.
ours.
Mhm.
Is that
We
the
don't have to
plan?
take
Have
it.
you
It'll
talked
just be
with
ours.
Netanyahu about it? They're going to do all this work. People are fleeing for their lives, hundreds of thousands of people. Are we still going to have it? Is that still the plan? We go at the media a lot, and
There's
you
no
know,
way this mural's gonna
the media
stay in,
frequently
is it?
does ask questions, and then Trump yells at them and stuff. So it's hard to ask every single question. But
That's
you
my last
think
Pokeball.
he said so much and dug in so much on this issue specifically, while saying that he's going to end the war really quick and he should get a Nobel Peace Prize for doing
He's the
it.
peace president.
Right, the peace president, but also will get to occupy this land where people live, and I'm going to build a resort there.
It's absurd. You can't bring anything up. You can't ask me anything. The other day, someone asked him, should a president in office be engaged in so much business activity? And he was like, where are you from? And they were like, Australia. And he said, you're hurting
yeah.
Australia very
That
much
is
right
so
now.
pathetic.
What an
Wait,
what did he
absurd.
say?
He
Crazy
said,
thing.
you are hurting Australia.
You are hurting Australia. Trump interview. Sometimes you just gotta, you gotta like, we gotta like, there's just so much, but we gotta track it. We gotta watch and remember like just how absurd this all is. Every single piece of it is absurd.
If it's appropriate, President Trump, that a president in office should be engaged in so much business activity.
Well, I'm really not. My kids are running the business. I'm here. You know what the activity, where are you from?
I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Four Corners
Well,
program.
the Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. They want to get along with me. Your leader is coming over to see me very.
They want to get along with me, but you're making it pretty tough. You're making it pretty rough. It really just talks like a mob boss all the time.
President
I'm going to
Trump-
tell him about you. You set a very bad tone.
Well,
Go ahead,
President
John.
Trump,
Okay,
when
maybe
the
you
UAE
can.
Jesus,
does a deal
dude.
like
You can
that,
set a nicer
when the
tone.
UAE does a deal, what does it want in return?
Quiet.
Quiet. Trump Gaza, number one.
Australia very much right now. I will tell about this to your leader.
That is an appropriate President Trump,
Oh,
that
okay, wait.
a president in office should be engaged in so much business activity.
Well, I'm really not. My kids are running the business. I'm here. You know what the activity, where are you from?
I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Four Corners
Well,
program.
the Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. And they want to get along with me. You know, your leader is coming over to see me very soon. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone.
It's like
It's ridiculous.
If you weren't the president, that'd be a very funny bit.
that's everything he does. It would be funny if he wasn't the president.
Like, all this other stuff is not a distraction, but the fact of the matter is
If Trump was just like a guy playing somebody being the president in like a comedy movie, it would be great, right? It would kind of slap. Fuzzy says, you asked me a question. I guess I'll have to get you fired and make sure your leaders know you are why I don't like them. Yeah, don't let it happen again, bitch.
we haven't talked about this New York Times report about how the UAE put $2 billion into his little crypto scheme, and then 2 weeks later, Trump approved a bunch of chips for them, like just the most corrupt thing ever
I
out
think
in
those
the
are
open.
unrelated, probably.
I'm sure
right?
unrelated.
You think? Yeah, so unrelated.
It's as close to a quid pro quo as you get, and it's not even like on our list of topics because one, we know nobody's gonna care. We know nobody. It's not gonna hurt him. I guess that's how we determine topics here.
It's
Is
a
that
very
is this
bad
something
talk.
that could like get
Make an
people to
impact.
turn against him? And that's not
Sounds like a good business deal. Sounds like a deal from the deal guy.
that his Middle East envoy is helping to broker. Like the guy who works for the government who's supposed to negotiate with people in the Middle East is also negotiating to get the billions in crypto into his. I don't know.
the
Someone
deal.
someone should look into
Those are the
this.
deals.
If we had a House of Representatives, they'd probably want to investigate this.
Yeah, what's a cat? What?
First of all, yeah, what he just said. But also, Infallible Foul says, no, I'm sick of him crying every day about being treated badly, then pretending the left are the snowflakes. Yes, it is very frustrating. Very, 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 very endlessly, tragically frustrating.
What's your plan? What are you gonna? What's first?
I'm gonna fix everything by myself.
What's first on the list of let's do something about this?
Unironically, first thing on the list is constituent services. So the representative, the incumbent in this district, Jan Schakowsky, she is known for her great constituent services, and so we want to keep people on from her office, but then also bring it up a notch. It's insane that there is not a chat feature for constituent services to make them more accessible, and I want to institute that, and also make sure that they're as flexible as possible with the horrors that are happening by having a lot of basically a codex of groups on the ground where you can do direct action. Because a lot of times you call an office and they're like, what do I do? And they're like, call the city. That doesn't cut it in this time. So that is the first. You can do it under any president. You have money that's apportioned for that. Also, I just want to ask y'all, because sometimes I feel like this, like when I started talking about ICE, I started feeling like this. I felt like this at the hairdresser after getting my hair colored for the first time in 5 months. Do you ever feel like you just can't be normal? Like you start talking about the horrors and then you're just like so angry and like,
yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, where you
can't
you
be-
feel.
I do feel that. I really do. I feel that a lot, actually. Where it's like I just want to have like a normal conversation. And I do, but then it's like, you just remember how fucked things are. And it's like, oh, wait, yeah. Damn. But at the same time, things are great in many ways, At least for me right now, like I'm comfy. I get to sit here, sit on my fucking ass, talk to you guys. And I can keep doing that a lot more if you support the stream, by the way. At least by liking it. But there are other ways to support the stream as well. But I definitely feel what she's saying. The horrors are endless. What's the meme? The horrors are endless, but so are the ways you'll learn to love again, or whatever it is. Yeah, the journalist could have been just asking him a question someone else asked, literally pew-pewing the messenger. True.
You can't be normal. Reality doesn't exist anymore, and you start like almost ranting to yourself, and like you've got all these mixed thoughts. And I don't know how to
or like a
even
huge bummer to the
express.
people around you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
then I try to button that up, perhaps, being like, I want to just
Or care even.
exist as a human being in this social function, and then I feel myself getting angry that people aren't talking about this existential crisis that's unfolding all around us. It's difficult. Yeah.
Posted about anime one time. People were like, why are you posting about this if there are things happening? I was like, I know things are happening, but like at this exact moment, I was just wanted to talk about this Skypea arc because
You gotta
we're
be.
also
we
able
have to.
You gotta
We
be able to
have
like
to.
be a person.
a little bit,
Like,
at least
a
a
little
little
to maintain
bit.
our
bit,
sanity.
a tiny bit.
Knitting an anime, like come.
Oh, I didn't know she liked anime. That's a deal breaker for me. All right. All right, I'm over it now. Guys. My crush has ended. My crush is over.
Come on, just
Come
like
on,
a little
man. And
bit.
I bring the knitting to the ice protest. We have the
Exactly.
anime.
But W group hugs, yes.
Let me hear one good thing that happened to y'all this week before we go, though.
I got my my tickets to see One Battle After Another on VistaVision.
Hell yeah.
There's only a couple screenings on that kind of film at the Vista, which Quentin Tarantino owns. The reviews for this movie are almost like too good. I don't want to people are like, this is one of the movies of the decade. I'm like, I don't want to get
Take
my
it off
hopes
that
up.
pedestal, but just have fun.
But like, yeah. So
That's cool.
awesome.
That's fun. Cody, you got anything?
I'm trying.
I've got one.
I got a good night's sleep the other night.
That's a great
other night. The other
one.
night. Not
That's
last
also
Not last
really
night,
rare for
but
Cody.
yeah.
I'm proud of you for that.
Thanks.
Um,
Sorry, I got a better night's sleep than I normally do.
This sounds a little self-congratulatory, but I'm going to
Go
share
for
it
it.
anyway.
That's what
I
it's
will
for.
congratulate you too. Or to all of us.
That's what this is for.
I went to a wedding last weekend. So first off, it's fun to get dressed up and like feel alive in a way. But you know, like I just explained, it's hard carrying around the duality of what's happening and then, you know, doing forced merriment of some sort or whatever. So it's this weekend I felt really heavy. I felt really sick to my stomach about the implications of everything and cried a lot. Anyway, and on our show last week when we talked about the shooting, I did talk about sometimes it feels weird what we're doing. And sometimes I ask myself, what am I doing with my life? Is this how I want to spend my one precious life, enraged all the time? Anyway, I'm at this wedding and then the photographer came up and was like, "Are you Katie?" And said, "I listened to you guys for a long time. I was just listening to you earlier today.
Oh, that's cool.
And thank you for everything you're doing." And I honestly kind of teared up right there in the middle of the wedding because it felt very affirming and it reminded me that there is a whole community of like-minded people out there, even if it feels isolated in our screens. You know what? We do this and we put it out to the masses. But we're
that's so
there
nice.
and
Yeah.
we're here. And
That's
we're
so
community.
wholesome.
Anyway,
What the
that's
fuck?
for all of us.
What the fuck? That made me feel so good. What? That was sweet. That was a very sweet moment. And likewise, you know, you guys, I appreciate you all hanging out here all the time. Making me feel less crazy, you know, about all the shit going on. Because obviously, you know, I go on these panels and it's always people grilling me about like every single detail that I express any sort of concern about. And it's like, okay. It's a good reminder that there's a lot of people out there who recognize just how crazy things are.
That was a really nice positive ray of light. Thank you. I forget your name. You made my day.
That's really sweet.
That's the nice thing.
That's so nice.
He's me like, that's not what I said. I don't remember exactly, but
Recognize you, thanked you was nice.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Thanks, person listening to this.
Oh yeah, they're probably listening. Thank you so much.
there is a slight hope for me. Hope? I don't know. We're at a unique moment in time where people's eyes are open on both sides. And people are getting angrier and angrier. And I don't mean to give credence to the anti-Semitic wing of this, but it is positive to me that more and more people are recognizing what is happening for what it is. That this is both parties' problems. A recognition that it's not just Trump, it's not just Biden, it's Obama, it's Bush, it's every administration. And what I hope for all of us, and it doesn't look good right now, but I keep coming back to, we need to get to a point where it's not us against them, people that I necessarily disagree with, it's all of us against this system. All of us against the system that manipulates us. And that's horrendous.
First of all, true to what Katie said, but if we make you feel less crazy, you're misevaluating us. I don't know. Well, not all. I'm not saying all you make me feel less crazy. Some of my chatters make me feel crazier. But I think above all, see where group hugs lead. It's a great way. It's a gateway. I don't know. I think in aggregate, I feel good about my community. I feel actually like broadly like I feel really good about the community I fostered. I like it. I like you guys. Sorry. I'm glad you laughed tonight, Scouts.
Everyone read The
things.
Future by Naomi Alden.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I don't know if that's hopeful or depressing, but I do recognize that for the first time in years, more people are seeing what we've been seeing. And that is something. I don't know. I'll leave it there. Kat, it's been freaking great having you here.
Thank you for having me back. Sorry if I brought the mood down with ice and
you didn't.
I mean, sorry.
It's okay, Kat. I forgive you.
Sorry that happened to you. Where like, you know, we have a mix of bad news and trying to like joke around. And I'm so sorry that happened to you. And, you know, you're being like, yeah, they like got like shoved to the ground. And I'm like, well, you shouldn't have, you know, it's
No, what I want to like stress to people though is like everyone there was scared. I think people like see that and they're like, wow, that was cool or whatever, which like, it wasn't. We just sat there while people are literally being sent to concentration camps. But everyone there was scared. Like my hands were shaking as I was filming. You are probably scared too right now, and that is normal. And doing something even when you are scared is brave. And I think there are so many more of us that are brave than not. And this is what we can do to feel strong.
yes.
Well said.
Yes, absolutely. And
All right, I can look past the anime. Okay, I can look past the anime.
that's the thing.
You're
Yeah,
right.
it's that's what bravery is, right? It's doing something even though you're scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like not just being like impervious to shit. It's being really fucking scared and doing it anyways.
Yep, 100%. Kat, please plug where people can follow you.
All the things. Yeah. So I'm running for Congress. If you want a representative that sounds like me, anything you've heard today in terms of just like not sounding like a robot, one that doesn't take any corporate PAC or billionaire money, someone who has organized our volunteers on Discord, you can donate at catforillinois.com. That's cat with a K. I also have a really cute cat named Teeter, cat with a C. You can also join our Discord if you want to volunteer, even if you're not in the area, at discord.gg/catforillinois. And when is this going out?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Go sub to Kat. We love Kat.
Okay. I'm not sure if we'll have the video out yet, but a super secret plug for some more news listeners. We're going to be doing a live stream trial for 4 weeks starting on Tuesday on YouTube and Twitch to see if we can do more campaign fundraising that way by having fun and playing
On the
games and doing
Rapture.
bullshit like that than all the other.
Wait, Kat's gonna be a streamer? Yo, does that mean we can collab?
Shitty tactics that happen
Don't tell her that I was creeping on her, okay?
behind the scenes in campaigns that
Let's be-
candidates don't
let's
even
be
like
normal,
doing. So
okay?
join us, YouTube, Twitch, 6 p.m. on Tuesday.
I think that's such a cool experiment to run to see if you
It's
can
gonna
go
be
about
really
this
fun.
differently.
It's also going to be a great excuse for me to play Hades 2 for like 3
There you
hours
go.
straight while pretending it's a work thing. So
Yeah, two birds, one stone. Awesome.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Multitasking. Thank you, everybody, as always.
Also, she's talking about murdering birds with stones. That's crazy. All right. Never. Our secret, yeah. Our secret that I've broadcasted to at least 126 views on this iteration of the stream. Thank you all for keeping my secret. What now? Three different panels we can crash. Wait, let's see, maybe more? Okay, let's see, there's Abe, Dusty, Jess. Let's see if any of them are worth crashing.
Your channel. What's important to you and not anybody else, go and do that on your channel.
There's a reason that I'm not, Kieran, and it's what I explained to Abe. It's because I actually like Abe. If I didn't like him, then I would just totally ignore him and not put him on my channel and not mention him on my channel, right? I don't go on my channel and talk about stuff I don't like.
Can I say something also, Steelman?
Okay, board.
The Lord.
I'm sending her the clip of you stopping her mid-sentence so you could say, you can have, you know, never mind. God damn it. It's over. It's over for Radical. I'm gonna get canceled for having a crush. I'm literally just a boy, okay?
the Lord says in the Bible.
It's crazy.
That's what the Bible says, but you've decided to treat this book as if it's God, and so now you walk around.
No, I don't treat this book like it's God. It's my study guide. It's a study guide.
Exactly.
My
Thank you,
relationship with the
sister.
Lord lets me know it's real. My prayer life with the Lord lets me know it real.
Our communication through the Lord lets us know it's real.
See?
You tell him, Dusty. All right, what's Jess on about?
People that were celebrating on October 7th.
Not teriyaki.
It's the exact same people. Do you know what I mean? And it's like,
The
that's when you have to like.
Leo Mangione, shooting the CEOs.
Man, we need better panels, guys. No offense. I mean, Dusty's probably the best one.
Yeah.
I like Abe, but I'm 1 minute 30 seconds behind. Cat's YouTube channel currently has 123,000 subscribers. Yeah, I'm only like 100th of her size. That's That's kind of crazy. I feel like I don't know. All these. The world's smaller than it feels sometimes, you know.
What he's like and all of that. I think you progress there, and most of you guys progress there, that we can tell a little bit about God. But when it suits you, you say things like, well, these guys can't make it there because it is. Suddenly you know God when it's convenient. You do.
Nobody.
There's a bit of
here-
conflation going on.
Nobody is Christian that is sitting here in this panel right now has claimed to understand completely God.
When
I
you
think
niggas
Dan-
just put everybody.
I can't do that. I can't handle the God debate right now. I'm just not there. Who's trying to ban human desire? What are you talking about? This shit was so funny.
First, effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen. Is that okay?
You nailed it, man. You fucking nailed it, Mr. President.
Okay. Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol. Can
you imagine? Just imagine. It's such a depressing game, but just imagine if Biden had that gaffe. Anyway. Wow. Tom just finished streaming 7 minutes ago. Do you guys see a Tom raid? Did we get a Tom raid? I don't see a Tom raid. Noted Tom. Mr. Foolery. Pretty heartless. Acetaminophen. I think I'm starting to crash, guys. I'm finally actually tired. But Short Stack is here. Yeah, Short Stack. We got. You're the raid. Yeah, thank you. You're the storm, as Stephen Miller would put it. Yeah. Let's see if there's anything else that I bookmarked. Sore from laughing? I love that. Why is the president talking about my Pez dispenser addiction? I don't know. I tried to stop him. Did you guys like the stream, by the way? There's, just a couple more people watching than there are likes on the stream. It's very distressing to me when I see the incongruence there. It's my OCD. Very upsetting. You don't want to make me upset. I wouldn't want you to be upset. I don't know why you would wish that on me. It's pretty fucked up. Tom Tent never ends. True. You know, I was a staunch defender of Tom during the Tom Tent era. You know, within reason. There were some things I disavowed, but like, man, I hated that shit. I thought it was so cringe. Sri says, sorry, I liked it. I forgive you, Sri, for taking your time liking it. Flighty says, go to sleep if you're sleeping, then maybe tomorrow you can have a birthday Rapture continues stream. True. That is an option. Perfectly balanced. Yes, yes, it is Libra. It is officially Libra season. Should be balanced. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. I'm aware of tomfoolery. I personally don't like him much because of reasons, history. Okay, you know. Yeah, I know the Tom lore. I know the Tom lore. Tom and I go way back. Ups and downs, but Tom and I have always been on good terms. Tom and I used to argue with like the far right together on like Politically Provoked and stuff. Charlotte says, "Give up, you're all doomed." Charlotte, you don't mean that. Take it back, Charlotte. Apologize. Tell them you're sorry. You're gonna come in here and doom us just like that? That's wild. What did we do to you? Doomed, I tells you. We're gonna wait for Charlotte's apology. Look, Charlotte, we forgive you for telling us we're doomed. If you can forgive us for whatever it is that led you to tell us we're all doomed. Unless you're just being silly, which I'm hopeful for. And then if you're just being silly, you don't owe us an apology. You can just double down. Elite says, I don't like the sound of Tom's voice, personally, just the tone of voice. You know, as someone who did not get rated by Tom tonight, I actually agree. I used to like his voice, but after not getting rated tonight, I think I'm gonna have to reconsider. We all hug our disagreements here out. Yes, that's true. Digital hugs. Because we care. We even Shrek care. And we love Baby Umbreon, who is sleeping and twitching. If you guys could see him. It's glorious, truly. Tom's voice is now lame. Yeah. Ruined it for me. It's over. Oh yeah, there's this. You guys see this? You hear about this? You think me and Tom have similar accents? Take that back. It might be true. This is Keith Edwards. Holy shit. Gay app just exposed entire GOP. It's chaos. Let's see if it's chaos. We'll watch this last thing and then I might go to bed.
I guess we can call it that. It's an app where same-sex attracted men meet for a quick connection. Grindr, the gay dating app. I guess we can call it that. It's an app where same-sex attracted men meet for quick connections. Well, it suffered a huge outage yesterday. And the epicenter was Charlie Kirk's memorial. That's funny to me because the whole memorial was terrifying, except for one glimmer of hope where Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Stephen Miller, the worst people among us, were saying this is a war against good and evil. They were using Christian imagery to attack us, to attack the left, and then Grindr fails. You know who also was attacking them? I don't even know if they realized it, but Tulsi Gabbard, a high-ranking member of the administration,
I
went off
didn't even see
script
Tulsi's speech
and said this about the foundations of free speech.
Freedom, the right to speak even when we disagree. Freedom. I may not agree with what you say, but I will fight to defend to the death with my very life your right to speak.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't get the memo.
Free speech is the foundation of our democratic republic. We must protect it at all costs because without it, we'll be lost. Freedom.
Tulsi Gabbard, the call is coming from inside the White House. If you feel that way, then why don't you call Donald Trump, call Brendan Carr, because they're the ones attacking the First Amendment. They're the ones they're threatening to take action against companies because those companies broadcast speech that the administration or regime doesn't agree with. I agree.
Not only, Skelt says, not she wouldn't. No, she wouldn't. Not only wouldn't she isn't.
if, quote, free speech is the foundation of our democratic republic because without it, we will be lost. Well, the only person doing that.
Also, a lot of Republicans right now, I've been hearing from a lot of Republicans for the past couple of years, really, that we're not democracy. We're a republic. We're not democracy. So why Tulsi says now we're a democratic republic? Curious.
Is Donald Trump through Brendan Carr. So I suggest you give him a call. Now, as I said, Grindr suffered an outage. Grindr outages reported in the last 24 hours. And it happened right around the time. Where is that? Oh, where is that? Yeah. It is just so funny to me that these people are such hypocrites. Obviously, nothing wrong with being gay. Nothing wrong with wanting to take part in homosexual activities. I do every now and then myself. But it's another thing to be doing this and then to be also saying things like this. Charlie Kirk was a hero to this country and a faithful servant of God. Every day we continue his mission is an honor to his memory.
I didn't know Keith was a gay icon, bi icon, maybe. Interesting.
Okay.
No clue.
Or Stephen Miller, who said something like this, who, by the way, I have heard Stephen Miller might have helped with that outage.
And to those trying to incite violence against us, those trying to foment hatred against us, what do you have? You have nothing. You are nothing. You are wickedness, you are jealousy, you are envy, you are hatred. You are nothing. You can build nothing. You can produce nothing. You can create nothing.
What? Sorry, I read this. I hadn't heard it. It's so extreme. Holy shit. You can build nothing. Well, he's actually right about that. He clocked me on that one. I can't build shit. But I bet you there's a lot of people who agree with liberal ideals who can. Oh my God, that was intense. Jesus Christ.
We are the ones who build. We are the ones who create. We are the ones who lift up.
Stephen, I don't know if you realize this, but Donald Trump hasn't built shit since he's been in office. I guess he's going to build a ballroom. They're tearing down the White House to do that. But other than that, the only thing you've accomplished is destroying things. Destroying things isn't building. Last time I checked, getting rid of USAID isn't building anything. Deep cuts to Medicare and Social Security isn't building anything. The only thing you can create is destruction, my friend. Terrifying speech. My God. All right, let's just listen to a little bit more.
You thought you could kill Charlie Kirk? You have made him immortal. You have immortalized Charlie Kirk. And now millions will carry on his legacy.
I just can't deal with this shit. You thought you could kill Charlie Kirk? Who's you? Are you talking to the person who killed him? Because no.
There's a lot of this in Miller's speech where he's like they. I think he says like they killed him or whatever. Like they tried to. This is what they do. They did this. They blah blah blah. They. Not him. Not the guy that shot him. They.
No one else did it. And I just don't believe. I mean, show me the rhetoric. Show me the rhetoric from Democratic officials, people running for office in Democratic campaigns, who are saying or said anything close to what he's alleging here that would cause someone to do this. It just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Wow, that was crazy. Nick Fuentes said about all this that they're going to use Charlie Kirk's death relentlessly to shill J.D. Vance. There's clearly why Vance jumped in front of this from the beginning by carrying Kirk's cast and hosting a show. They're doing absolutely everything to enthrone him as Trump's successor. Well, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work. I want to end with this. Here is picture. This is a brilliant picture. It's a real picture taken by Samuel Coram of the New York Times. And I did some research, did my own research. I did it myself. And I said to myself, God, now, look, I'm not a Christian. I do believe in something greater than myself. I don't know what it is. I don't know who it is. I don't know where it is.
Not
I do
the
pray.
horns. Wait, no way. That's wild. That's a crazy picture.
I'm a person of faith, but I kind of humble enough to, for me, humility is a little bit of like, I don't know, if there is something greater than us, I don't know if we could ever know what it is or even have a beginning of an understanding of it, okay? But I do believe there's something out there. But Christians have a very defined idea of what God is and what being saved looks like, what praying looks like. They also have some parts of Christianity believe in this thing called the Antichrist. And it's just very interesting to me that this person who represents so little of what Christianity is has wrapped himself up in the Christian beliefs. Now, I just want to define a little bit what the Antichrist is, because he will deceive with religion. He will appear spiritual, but actually turn people away from Christ. Check.
Curious.
He will be a deceiver. He will mislead people while appearing strong or righteous.
You know, I've thought about this a little bit. And, you know, we had a guy on earlier tonight who was telling us about all this horrible stuff that's going to happen in Trump's term because, he had revelations from Jesus. And, for what it's worth, I think that person was probably quite mentally ill or quite mentally unwell. And it was kind of sad, to be honest, to listen to him. But, if there's an Antichrist,
Ching. He will exalt himself. He will set himself up as the greatest, boasting and demanding loyalty. Baby, check. He will speak blasphemously. He will speak arrogantly against God. Yes, he's done that. I have a clip here where he has said before that he has never asked God for forgiveness.
Have you ever asked God for forgiveness? I'm not sure I have. I just go and try and do a better job from there. I don't think so.
And he also said previously that he's the chosen one. He will be lawless. He will disregard rules, norms, and higher authority. Gain global influence. He will be admired and followed by multitudes. Now, that one's a little bit like, does anyone really admire him? I don't know. I guess a lot of people do. I don't.
Unfortunately.
He will use spectacle to keep people convinced. Use deceptive signs. And I believe there's also one about the mark of the beast that will be worn on their head. Red hats. Anyways, so that to me, that's an interesting conundrum, isn't it? You have a person that checks all these boxes for the Antichrist, but then they're wrapping themselves up in Christianity. Food for thought. Well, thanks for watching. If you do like this video, please hit like. If you're not subscribed.
That was kind of a chaotic video. But good stuff, Keith. Thank you for sharing. I'm a sleepy boy. I'm sending you guys to Dusty. Going to Dusty. You know the drill. Learning is radical. Drink water. Love yourselves. Hug yourselves. I mean that as a slur. There's a part in Revelation where it refers to a trumpet that is boastful and lays way for the beast Antichrist. That's crazy. A trumpet. A trumpet. Not a crumpet, a trumpet. Concerning. All right. Love you guys. I'll be back before too late. After I get some rest and take Umbrian out for his morning walk.